I found you from your video on asking questions to find answers. My question is, what are some powerful questions I can ask myself to move my life forward?
What's up, everybody? I'm just kidding. What's up, everybody? It's your boys Kevin and Nate here again with another episode of Chasing Greatness.
Like this video because you already know that you're going to like it, enjoy it anyways. Chances are if you're watching these videos, you watched our previous
If you've gotten this
so
far,
you got
you've
some
watched
entertainment
previous
from it. So give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Chances are you're probably already subscribed.
Is this the end of the season?
Oh, this might be. This might be the end of the first season. We didn't even announce that we were ending the season. We're doing 25. This ain't the end of the season.
Yes, it is.
We're doing 25 video seasons.
I'm pretty sure this is 5 weeks.
No, because we were on episode 12 or something.
We've already done 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
We're missing 3 episodes. Because
okay, so yeah.
we did those first 2.
Alright.
Right? Anyways, man, let's start with the questions. First question. From Eric Somali on YouTube. Excuse me. I found your video. We should start over.
No.
I found your video. I found your video from... Oh, my goodness. I found you from your video on asking questions.
What are you thinking of while trying to... Because that's the only
I was thinking about starting over. Let's start over.
Just trying to read it, and for some reason, it's just not happening. You can't put the words from paper in your head to like make them come out. It's funny.
I found you from your video on asking questions to find answers. My question is, what are some powerful questions I can ask myself to move my life forward? All right. I got a few questions you can ask yourself. So what he's talking about, what Eric is talking about, is the best way to find answers in your life is to ask the right questions. If you're asking yourself, why am I such an idiot? Your brain's going to come up with an answer, 1,000 reasons why you're such an idiot. But if you ask, what can I do to move my life forward? Then your brain comes up with a bunch of answers on how you can move your life forward. So I'll give you a few questions that I ask myself to move me forward within my life. The number one that I can think of that comes to my mind is, Nate, why can't you accomplish your 10-year goals? Why can't you accomplish your 10-year goals in 6 months? And literally that question just forces you to, like, if you really wanted, if your life depended on it, could you accomplish your 10-year goals in 6 months? Sometimes no, because there's time limits on things. But that's one question that can move your life forward. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, are you happy?
That's a very good question. Are you happy? Right? Are you happy?
Self-explanatory. I mean, I'm happy, yeah. I'm happy in my life right now because the goals that I set myself, I want to say 6 months ago.
Man, get your head in the screen.
Did I get back in July? Well, it's because you're so far over, man.
All right, man.
What if I was like right here like you are when I'm... Okay, all right. Just saying. Was I for real like all the way over here?
Yeah, dude. You all we could see was your left ear.
I was just talking like this.
Say what you were going to say. Are you happy?
Yeah, so 6 months ago, I set a plan for myself. It was around 7 months ago. I set a plan, and I literally took off from San Diego, California, and I moved all the way back home to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I set different goals and accolades for myself to reach in about a year. I gave myself a year. It has been 6 months. And I've already accomplished all those goals. And then now it is time for me to move on to the next phase of my life. I've gotten to the point to where I have my own place. You know, my bills are all up to date and paid, which they were before. But it's just, you know, I figured that I was going to like get in some sort of financial trouble just because whatever. But from some help and some push and everything from people that I love and care about, I got to where I am now. You know, it took determination and planning, and it just all worked. So for me, I am happy. And my next step is I'm not gonna talk about that right now. But anyway,
You don't even know your next step.
I do know my next step.
What is it?
You really want to know my next step?
Yeah.
The thing is I don't want to tell anybody my next step. I just don't.
Why?
Because my next step is
Because you're afraid your boss will see it.
No, that's not it at all.
You talking about?
Care less.
Okay.
I can care less. I can literally care less. It's not that I don't care about my job or I care about him. You know, he's a good dude or whatever. It's not like I don't care about my coworkers. But the thing is I don't live my life in fear anymore about like people in my company that are higher than myself, either A, not liking me, or B, just seeing stuff that I say. Like, it's not like I'm saying anything bad. You know what I mean? So if they choose to take offense from this videos, that's what they choose to. All right, because I'm not offending anybody. I literally just said that I'm not trying to offend anybody. But
plus, if you got fired, it's not.
I got fired. It's not the end of the world. That's
right.
The thing. I'm not living my life in fear, and that's how I felt like when I was like in the Marines too. Is like I didn't want to anger people that are higher than myself because, you know, I just got to a point to where like I just didn't care anymore. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't care. I was so sick and tired of making people feel like I was sick and tired of making myself feel like I had to please these people.
Yeah, and like they have the power. They have the leverage.
Like, no one has the leverage and power over you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, honestly, here it is. My next step is to honestly, and I don't know. I haven't completely made a plan yet. But my next step is to move somewhere closer to my kids so I can play an active role physically in their lives. Because the thing is I'm already playing an active role mentally. Both of my kids know who I am. I talk to them almost every day. I just got done taking a trip there and seeing them. You know, I love them to death, and that's my next step. Really, that's my next ultimate goal. You know, my lifelong always goal is obviously become a cop, but that's my next step in the plan is to move closer to them.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That
so I'm happy. Oh wow.
Yeah, that all came off the question. Are you happy?
I think that's really important for me in my life. Remember, because we were talking about this a few episodes ago, how like you find happiness in like grinding all the time, no matter what. Where I'm the type of person to where like I find happiness in like other things. Yeah, I like to grind, and when I'm grinding, it makes me happy. But that's not 24/7 like it is for you.
See, for me in grinding. See, when I am not grinding, I am not happy.
Yeah.
Like when I am not moving towards my goals and I am not working on where I want to go, I'm not happy. So that's why I grind all the time, because that's what I really love to do. You ask Gary Vaynerchuk, somebody who hustles more than anybody in the world hustles, why do you like to do that? It's because that makes him happy. That's what he likes to do. But another question that moves me forward is, and I got this from a guy named Tom Bilyeu, used to be president of Quest Nutrition. You know the Quest bars?
Yeah. They're
the ex-president.
okay.
Now he moved his
Unless you sponsor us, then I give you a 10 out of 10.
He runs Impact Theory. But no BS, what would it take? So what I do is I say, are my finances where I want my finances to be? If the answer is no, which it usually is, then I say no BS. What would it take for me to get my finances where I want them to be? And then I come with a whole bunch of things that I need to do to get my finances where I want to be. Is my relationship, is it where I want it to be? Honestly, yes, it is. So move on. Is my body where I want it to be? No. Okay, no BS. What would it take to get there? Oh, I have to do this, this, and this every day and things like that. So that's another question. You got any more questions, or you want to move on?
No, I don't got any more questions.
All right. Well, you wanted to ask, what are you doing, dude?
I like the way my face looks better this way.
See, I'm blocking the light. Look, go back over there. I'm like blocking your light because I move up. So I got to go here.
I'm just saying, when I'm like this, it looks like my head is tilted weird. I've noticed in all the videos that we've done so far.
Your head is tilted weird.
So I'm trying to...
You got a big head, dude.
I do. Maybe I need to...
You got a big
Let us know in the comments what you think about my big old head. But seriously, I like when it's like this.
All right, man. Look.
So like, if I can do every video like this, I would, but it'd just be awkward. So I'm not gonna do that.
So you said you had a question for me. What is the question that you want to ask me?
Okay. My question that I seriously want to ask you is, at what point, really, because like I've known you since we became friends your senior year, I think.
Yeah.
Was it your senior year, or was it summer? It was a summer between. No, because we were lifeguards in between. It was when you were in 11th grade. It had to have been.
Yeah.
Like that summer area, because we started playing basketball. Because going in that summer between
Oh
your
yeah,
11th
when we
and
started
12th grade
taking the
year,
trolley
we were lifeguarding.
to Mount Lebanon.
Yeah, we were lifeguarding
man.
and stuff like that. So, at what point since then, because like you were a completely different person you were back then from where you are now, at what point were you just like, this is what I want to do? You know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to do. Like, your complete mindset changed. Because, I mean, I remember you were going to CCAC not knowing really what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So there's
You know?
two things that happened, right? And the one only happened because the other one happened. But you're talking about what I want to do, like inspire and empower a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly when it happened. It's when I got last place in my bodybuilding competition.
Oh, I do remember that.
I got last
I wasn't here
place
for it, but I do remember that.
in my bodybuilding competition. And I invited all my friends and family. I said, come up, watch me in this bodybuilding
sucks.
competition. I'm about to win. First place. Guess what place I got? I got last place. And
Why'd
after
you get
that,
last place?
because
You
I
know?
mean, everybody else was better than me, I guess.
You think so?
Yeah,
You
I mean,
think?
well, I mean, I didn't do the things necessary. I didn't know how to pose. I mean, I just had no experience. But anyways, I got last place. So that triggered me to get extremely, extremely angry and go and just search for the answers as to what is the difference between winners and losers. What is the difference between successful and unsuccessful? And I found Think and Grow Rich, the book. I found The Secret, the movie, the documentary that we talked about in the other episode on Netflix. I read that book, watched that documentary, realized that I can do absolutely anything that I want to do in this life. And I said, I no longer want to be a gym teacher. I no longer want to do this, that, and the other. Because a lot of us go through our lives wondering if we can really pull it off, right? We wonder, I'm sure there are times where you're like, I wonder if I can actually become a police officer.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when you haven't done it yet, there's no evidence that you can do it because you haven't done it yet. But if you read Think and Grow Rich and you watch The Secret, the documentary on Netflix, they explain to you why anyone can become successful, why anybody can be great. Like, I used to think people were born great. I used to think you were born a Michael Jordan, you're born a Thomas Edison, you're born a Gandhi, you're born a George Washington. You're not born that way. You develop that. You cultivate that. So that was the moment when I got last place. And that's another thing we always talk about when bad things happen to you. Always try to look for the positives. Like that in the moment, that sucked. Standing on stage and them calling my name first in last place. They didn't say last. They didn't say last, but basically they said in last place, number 16, Nathanael Morton. And I was like,
why are you even going to say it like that? Like hyping it up.
They didn't say last place, but they were like...
No, I know, but like...
and then I went and I just, in that moment, I was so angry and I was looking at the crowd. I was looking at all my friends and families looking at me. And it just felt like I failed myself.
Wow.
I failed them. So
I can't believe you came in last place.
yeah, dude. But the next year I came in first. So
Did you?
yeah, in my class, first in my class. But
Wow.
anyways, yeah, that was the moment, man. But that looks like the end of this video.
Oh, you gonna ask me no question?
Yeah, I'll ask you a question.
Cause you ain't creative like your boy.
I can think of a question on the spot right now.
See, you're taking time away. You obviously cannot think of a question, so we'll go ahead and just wrap it
No,
up.
I want to think of a good question. Let me think of a good question.
All right, well, in the meantime, he's thinking of this question. I just want to take an opportunity to thank all of our sponsors that we currently do not have. If you want to sponsor us because you're watching... No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, thank you all for watching our videos. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm having fun doing this. I know this guy is definitely having fun doing this. It's like a lighter note from all the rest of the videos and all the other contents that come off of his channel. I know it's great and everything, and you love seeing those videos, but these videos are like a side note from that. It gets him opening up about other things, and It's nice.
More personal touch.
Yeah.
This is my question to you.
Go ahead.
And in no way am I trying to make attacks towards you.
See,
Why?
What?
Why are you not yet a police officer?
Oh man.
Why ain't you did it yet?
So much going into this. That's really not an attack. Because the thing is whatever I'm going to say right now is going to sound like an excuse. And I've convinced myself 1,000 times that what I'm saying, the reasons why I'm not a police officer are excuses. I've convinced myself that everything that I say are excuses and that I'm not a police officer because it's my own fault. And realistically, I would say it is my own fault. But the reasons behind me not being a police officer are because A, in high school and like throughout your entire life, you don't understand that being police officers, a police officer is scrutinized for every single thing you do nowadays. Every single thing. And they go through an extensive background check. So when they're asking you what it feels like to be 500,000 questions before, you step into that role, like at the beginning of the hiring process, you have to be truthful about it because, yes, there is a polygraph that goes along with it. And I completely screwed myself over with the first department I had ever tried to get with, coming out of the Marine Corps. And then the second department, same thing. And my background screwed me out of those. And then I had a chance with the Border Patrol. But the thing was with the Border Patrol, I was in the second to the last step. And I was going through it. And I gave it all up to come back to Pittsburgh because I truly believed that was not where I was supposed to be at the time. I could have been a Border Patrol agent. I 100% believe I could be a Border Patrol agent right now making good money. Way more money than what I'm making now. But I truly believe that wasn't where I was supposed to end up. I wasn't going to be happy there. And that's how I live my life. Am I going to be happy? And if I'm going to be happy, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I was unhappy through so much of my childhood that at this point in my life, I just want to be happy. I want to do things that I want to do. I want to make money and give myself and my kids the things that they want and I want. So here I am back in Pittsburgh, and I am in the process with Pittsburgh Police and the State Police, and that's it right now. And I could do more. I could go to Municipal Academy and become a Bethel Park police officer or whatever. But I don't think I would be truly happy being a municipal cop. And so I am betting right now all my chips on becoming a Pittsburgh police officer. And that's honestly what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a Pittsburgh police officer throughout my entire life. And that's what I'm betting all my chips on.
Yeah. So
I've already taken the test. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me. And hopefully they get back to me soon. And that's just kind of where I'm at, man.
You got to persist.
Yeah, I'm just being extremely persistent about it. Because, on this side, I have a career with a company. It's a good company. I'm getting paid good money. But on the other hand, it's my dream. And I will do whatever it takes to get to here.
There you go. I will die before I quit.
Yeah.
That's where most people go wrong. But anyways.
That's a good question, dude.
Thanks, man. Anyways, like this video if you like it. Share this video if you think it could help somebody else. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell. Dog. It's my part, dude. And
taking my part. You did the intro.
Leave your questions down below. Comment if you want us to answer your question.
Make sure you click the bell.
Give you a shout out.
Click the bell.
We will see you guys
next week.
Next time. Yeah, baby!